Oh, this is great. Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I want to talk about desperation. One of the worst things you can ever do to yourself is to go into any situation desperate. Because a lot of times when you're desperate, you lower your standards. Only two outcomes can come when you walk into things with desperation. It's either going to be one, you're going to get it, but once you get it, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never be happy because you weren't specific. You were just like, hey, let me get this. This is what I want. I just want a man. God just gonna send you a man. You didn't ask for a good man. You didn't ask for a man that could provide. You didn't ask for anything. You just said a man. You just wanted attention. So, on the other hand, if you're desperate, it could just be that you will repel what you want. You will repel it so much to a point it runs away from you. It runs away from you because you reek with desperate energy. And people can feel that. Like, you can really feel sometimes when somebody wants more than what you can give. You can feel when somebody has a perspective of you that's not true in their head, and they want you to fit the bill, and then when you don't, all hell breaks loose. And not only have I experienced this happening to me, but I've done this to other people. And I used to really suffer bad with limerence. So essentially limerence it's like a mental disorder. Honestly, I think it's very close to it, because it's like an obsessive compulsiveness of attaching to people, and just the idea that you have of them in your head, to a point you're just on an emotional roller coaster. It's like you have given a person almost all control to have over you. You forget about yourself. You lose yourself. And I've lost myself a lot in the past, because I was searching for a love I didn't get when I was younger. So it's like you just go into things chasing. And the thing was, I never really chased, but my energy did. It's like I reeked of it. It was like, please, please, just grab onto me. I had like a anxious, avoidant type of attachment style. So it was kind of like I would sit in so much anxiety, but I wouldn't voice it until it was kind of too late. And I would sit and suffer with myself because I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to feel love. And I wanted to feel love from specifically a man. And it caused me to neglect any other love that I had in my life. It caused me to not even recognize the love I had surrounding me. I'm loved by so many people, and the person's love that has to matter to you the most is yourself. I just didn't understand my worth. I didn't understand the things that I could have in this life. I didn't understand how much control I had and how powerful I was. I didn't have that in me. I didn't know how to really navigate dating. I didn't know how to navigate in life, period. When it came to the whole love thing, the romantic love specifically. And I didn't really realize that love is just love. I started taking away the idea that romantic love was something so different. It was something so different, when in reality, I can have love that is as deep as romance with my friends, with myself. Like, a lot of this love is within me. This love is in me, so why can't I give it back to myself? Why couldn't I just focus on myself? It was like I just lost myself. The last time I was in Limerence, it was probably September of last year. And the thing is, in between me being out of Limerence and just focusing, like, and not even quote unquote focusing on myself, it really was just me being isolated from people and not being triggered. And finally, a trigger came and I lost all sense. And it was because I never really had all parts of myself. I didn't really take ownership of it. I never really had a relationship with myself. It wasn't established. So when somebody came into my energy, it was like all sense out the door. And I just I couldn't let it go. It was like, it would be on my mind all day. And it'll be like, it made no sense because the person did nothing for me. I look back and I'm like, the person did absolutely nothing for me. All they did was get my number. All they did was get my number. And I sat there and tried to fantasize a fictitious, crazy future with the person. And I just ended up setting myself up for so much unnecessary heartbreak, because what really was happening was that I wasn't dealing with the wound. I wasn't dealing with what the trigger was. The trigger wasn't a man. The trigger was that I was hurt. I never dealt with it. I never healed from it. I held resentment against the male figure in my life. I just didn't know how to move on. And parts of me didn't want to move on, because moving on to me at that time felt like I was letting them get away with what they did to me. But the funny thing is, they already got away with what they did to me. Clearly, we're here today. Like, what? And it's like, people will constantly invalidate it. And it's like, if I hold on to it, then that means it's true. Then that means this person will forever be a bad person in my head, as if that's doing anything to the person. As if my thoughts are penetrating the person, as if my thoughts are invoking the karma, as if I'm over here sitting here suffering with so much resentment and anger in me, to a point that it literally ruined my dating life. It ruined my life. I lost myself so many times trying to hook on to just one man that's gonna love me, one man. And it was just like, why are you looking for that outside of yourself? And I want you to ask that. Why am I looking for this outside of myself? Everything that I need to have is already in me. I already have it. And when you walk into things with that energy, things just attract to you. If you walk in like, oh, I already have it, so I don't need to look for it, it'll just come to you naturally. So I want to call y'all to stop being desperate in whatever you're doing, because you can't manifest good things like that with that desperate energy. Somebody said it's the energy of a starving artist. Do you know how sad and pitiful that energy is? Why would you want to start off anything at such a low vibration? I want to know, why would you want to start anything off with that kind of vibration of saying, hey, I'm just right here, I just need enough. And a lot of times it's because we're in survival mode. And I want to urge people to just heal. Really sit with yourself. Stop running from your emotions. I know for a fact I ran from my emotions like nobody has ever seen. It was almost impossible. And that's why for a long time I was just stuck. I was just stuck in limbo. Like nothing was happening in my life. And it was because I kept on disregarding my feelings, and I didn't know how to feel. But that's the thing. Feeling is not something that's logical. It doesn't make sense. It's not something I can think through. You can't just intellectualize your feeling, because that's not really feeling. And one day, you're just gonna explode. When you keep on pushing back the work that you need to do on yourself, you're gonna look back and have so many regrets, because you did so many things out of such desperate energy. So I want everybody to know, like, the love you seek is inside of you. I know it's such a cliche. Nobody wants to hear, you know, love yourself and all this stuff. And they'll say, oh, you know, nobody can love you if you don't love yourself. And it's not true, because I've been loved and I didn't love myself. But the thing is, you won't even recognize what love is. You won't recognize what healthy, good love is, because you don't know how to love yourself. So you'll go into situations and lose yourself. And you'll come out of it like, why did I do this? So take some time to reflect after this video to say, like, do I love myself? Do I need to hold on to negative energies that I haven't healed from, that aren't helping me in this lifetime, that aren't pushing me anywhere? It's not anything productive. Am I going to transform this negative energy into something that can be used to positively uplift me? Like, there's a way to transform this lack energy, this desperate energy. There's a way. You just have to go through it. You have to heal through it. You have to move through it. But you're not going to just hop over it. You can't just skip over that. If you want to be happy, if you want to be at peace, if you want to be successful in this life, you can't just disregard this. Just know that in this moment, you have so much control over your life, more than you will ever know. You are the co-creator. You create this life. You have the blueprint in you. It's all in you. God has given it to you. All your desires, they mean something. They mean something. And if you can desire it, you can have it. You just got to do the work. You just have to be able to show up for yourself. And that's all God wants you to do. Just show up for yourself. Stop showing up for other people. Stop showing up for things that happened in your past. You are not your past anymore. That's not you anymore. Don't leave yourself stuck there. Guide yourself to who you are today and who you want to be. Life gets to get better and better. So choose that. Choose it. And if nobody told you today, I love you. And what's even better is that you should love you. Please go love yourself. Love on yourself today. Give yourself a hug. Love yourself. And I wish you the best. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.